Luka Doncic has been torching the NBA since he got into the league. His dominant performances have made him a favorite of several NBA legends and even converted a couple of haters into fans. Let's start with what King James has to say about Luka.
His vision. That's why I love his vision. He can control a game. He doesn't even have to shoot. He'll walk the ball up the court 10 straight times and get to his spot every single time, just because of his pace.
To be only 24 and already earn the respect of guys like LeBron James must feel special. But to take things to another level, when Steph Curry was asked who he sees carrying the NBA forward into the next coming generation, Luka's name was at the top of his list. This is what Curry had to say.
With the shooting, will have an influence on the game at a level like yourself.
I mean, it's a good question. Like, there's a lot. I didn't realize how young some of these dudes really are. Like, you forget. You got Luka, Jason Tatum. Luka's like the guy, obviously, that's right on the precipice of accomplishing all those accolades. When you play against him, like, you can feel it.
But for some legends of the game, it took a little time to really see Luka's genius. Take Kevin Durant, for example. Nowadays, he says that he loves the way Luka plays. But when he first saw him, he didn't quite understand what all the hype was about. This is what KD had to say.
I just love his game. I love his game. At first, I didn't when he first came into the league, because I'm like, all it is step back threes, and they be short as hell. He shoot like 27%, 30% from the three-point line early on. Just like, this is the guy?
Yeah.
But playing against him one time, they beat us like about 40 when I was with Golden State. And he was controlling every possession. I was like, yeah, he nice.
Luka has also had a few rivalries in the NBA, and we are not talking about him versus the refs. But some are friendly rivalries, like the one with Nikola Jokic. Jokic and Luka go way back, and one of the things that Jokic enjoys the most is beating Luka. This is what the reigning champ had to say.
Against Luka so often. What do you enjoy about his game?
When we beat him and I can make fun of him.
Is that what you did? Did you make fun of him after the game when you guys were catching up?
No, I just told him that. I mean, he's my good friend, and it's always nice to play against him.
Now, if you've been following the game of basketball, then you probably heard the name Luka way before he ever came to the NBA. Luka was a sensation in Europe, and everyone knew he was going to be great in the NBA. For some of the guys who were drafted in the same year as him, Luka was almost this mythical figure. At least that's how Jaren Jackson Jr. saw it. This is what Triple J had to say about Luka's legendary pre-draft status.
Maybe Luka, but we didn't see him. We never saw his game. We just saw him walk on the draft bus for the first time. We're like, oh my God, who's this dude?
Who is this dude?
That's yeah. For sure.
Luka Magic.
Yeah, he winked at everybody down the line. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's it's either he's about to go and destroy or
Now, one of the best attributes of Luka's game is clearly his playmaking. Sometimes his passing highlights are more unbelievable than his scoring stretches. And that's saying something, as Luka dropped 73 points in one game. Just take a listen to Halliburton and Paul George discuss how incredible Luka's passes really are.
Luka sees shit that's just like, bro, how? When he do the shoot and then pass behind, that is the coldest shit to me.
He threw that pass against us on the baseline when he was trapped, and he jumped and he whipped it.
Yeah.
The ball, it like bent.
Oh, that was against y'all?
And I was behind him.
Yeah. So you had the perfect angle.
He threw it, he turned around and looked at me. I said.
But not everyone is so enamored by Luka. Recently, SGA has been making waves in the NBA and has asserted himself as one of the top guards. Shaq went as far as to say that he would pick Shai over Luka. And strangely enough, Shaq cited making teammates better as the criteria for why he would pick SGA.
I'm gonna have to take him.
Wow.
Luka's a fast player, but this kid, listen, he plays the right way, gets his teammates involved, and when he puts his head down and goes to the basket, no one...
Shaq, we're talking about right now. Right now?
Right now, the numbers are similar.
Yeah, I'm taking him right now.
But when Allen Iverson was asked who he would choose to play with from today's pool of talent, he immediately said Luka Doncic. He envisions himself and Luka as basically the perfect complementary duo. This is what the answer had to say.
If you had to pick someone to be in a backcourt with you, one of today's players, who would you pick?
One of today's players?
Yeah.
I would want it to be Luka because he's a big point guard.
Yeah.
I can still play the two.
Yeah.
He can guard the two, I guard the one. You know what I mean? I think it'll just be deadly.
Now, another all-time great that loves the way Luka plays is Kevin Garnett. KG had nothing but nice things to say about Luka's game, and even went as far as to say that Luka has figured out the NBA. This is what KG had to say.
What you think about Luka?
I love Luka's pace. I love Luka's maturity. You see his maturity. You see how he's been playing with older men or older people in his life. You see it. He's not afraid of anything in the league. He goes at some of the best defenders the same way and makes them look like they're not that great of defenders. He has a pace. You can't speed him up. And he's figured out the league.
While for other legends, they see past all-time greats in the way that Luka plays. Take Big Shot Bob, for example. He sees the way Luka plays and it reminds him of Larry Bird. Both guys played at their own pace and controlled the game thanks to their incredible skill sets. This is what Robert Horry had to say about Luka.
But I look at guys in this era now, and you say, okay, you look at Bird and says, well, I could have stopped him because he's slow. It's sort of like Luka now. Luka, you watch Luka. Luka is so freaking slow, and you're like, why can't they stop that?
Right.
I'm like, but when you crafty and you know how to play, that's all you need.
Yeah. I think Bird is fast compared to Luka.
Now, part of Luka's magic might be his confidence. Some players believe that they've just got it. Their confidence is almost borderline delusional. But when they marry that confidence with hard work, it becomes a reality. And JJ Redick believes it's that quiet confidence which makes Luka such a killer. Just take a listen to what JJ had to say.
One person who has that quiet confidence that you look to when shit goes south. And it's like, well, if we got them, we're okay. Who is that for you?
Luka.
Yeah?
Luka.
It's just like, okay, he's got it. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, never afraid of any moment. Never going to back down. There's no agenda other than trying to win the moment.
But to take things even further, you know you're a baller when other players are already studying the way you play. Typically, NBA players will look at established legends and Hall of Famers and take some aspect of their game and add it to their repertoire. But Luka has been so great that young up-and-coming stars like Franz Wagner are already studying the way he plays. This is what Wagner had to say.
But I watch other games all the time. I watch a lot of the other players, different stuff. It's not like, oh, he scored 30. I gotta watch every bucket. It's like, Luka, how does he slow down in the paint? How does he get to 2 feet all the time?
Luka has been so great that he's even changed the minds of his haters. One of these haters was none other than rapper Lil Wayne, who went viral for making fun of Luka on Twitter. But since then, Wayne has come around and realized just how incredible Luka really is. This is what Wayne had to say.
Luka still a hoe? Huh? Luka still a hoe?
Yeah, I didn't even see that question on there.
No, man.
He said no.
No, fuck
man.
no.
Fuck no,
Luka
man.
cold in the motherfucker.
Luka cold as a beast. And with that said, when I tweeted that, I was talking about him with all the current, after he didn't stop that, he done worked on it.
While Luka's former teammate Spencer Dinwiddie believes that Luka is a master of using deception to get what he wants. He says that people underestimate Luka's speed and strength because of the way he looks, which allows him to catch you off guard. This is what Dinwiddie had to say.
What makes Luka so dominant? It seems like there's times when he's just unstoppable. You got the dad bod. What's it like just seeing him on the court doing that stuff?
He's a little bit quicker than people think. He's not strong in the sense of like powerful. He's strong in the sense of like really heavy. It's like this tricky, slow game. And sometimes he goes up for a shot and then passes.
Now, Luka has been on a roll lately and has established himself as the best guard in the league. His recent 73-point performance even had Gilbert Arenas wondering if it was the most dominant game in NBA history. This is what Agent Zero had to say.
But is Luka's 73 and 7 dimes the most dominant offensive performance in the modern era?
81 is 81, but I will say yes. I would say yes because it's on the road.